Welcome to Inert Chemistry. In today's video, we are starting our major minerals. In the previous video, we had studied about the introduction of minerals. The first mineral that we had started it is calcium. We will talk about its occurrence, physiological functions, deficiency symptoms, daily requirement, and metabolism. So these are the major minerals. These seven are the major minerals, and we will talk about one by one about each of them. So first of all, sources of calcium. Milk, it is a good source of calcium. Similarly, egg, fish, and vegetables, these are the medium sources for calcium. Cereals like wheat, rice, it contains only small amount of calcium. If we talk about the daily requirement, an adult needs 500 milligram per day of calcium while children need 1200 milligram. The requirement is increased during pregnancy and lactation, and it is about 1500 milligram per day. Now here we see the various functions of calcium. The first important function of calcium is the activation of enzymes. There are various enzymes in our body that depend on calcium calmodulin complex for its activation. For example, the enzyme kinase. It is dependent on calcium calmodulin complex, also called calcium bound calmodulin, for its activation. When there is large amount of calcium in our body, it combines with calmodulin and forms the calcium bound calmodulin, and it activates the enzyme. For example, kinase to active kinase. And then this active kinase performs its function. It is the list of various enzymes that depend on calcium and calmodulin for its activation. The second important function of calcium is that it mediates the excitation and contraction of muscle fibers. Calcium activates the ATPase and it increases the action of actin and myosin, and thus it facilitates the excitation contraction coupling. The third is nerve conduction. Calcium is necessary for the transmission of nerve impulses from presynaptic to postsynaptic regions. The fifth function is second messenger. Calcium and cyclic AMP, these are the second messengers of different type of hormones. For example, glucagon. Vascular permeability. Calcium decreases the passage of serum through capillaries. Thus, calcium is clinically used to reduce the allergic exudates. Coagulation. Calcium plays a very important role in coagulation. It is factor 4 in blood coagulation cascade. Prothrombin contains gamma carboxyglutamate residues which are chelated by calcium during the thrombin formation. Myocardium. Calcium plays important role in heart. It prolongs the systole. Bone and teeth. The bulk quantity of calcium is used for bone and teeth formation. Here we see the various deficiency symptoms related to calcium deficiency. The first are muscle cramps and spasms. The second is osteoporosis. The third is tooth decay. The fourth is numbness and tingling. The fifth is brittle nails, and the sixth is congenitive impairment, means memory loss and confusion, etc. Different forms of calcium are present in our body. Here we have started the metabolism. From this slide, metabolism of calcium is started. Different forms of calcium are present in our body. Most of the calcium present in our body, it is stored in the bones as hydroxyapatite. This is the chemical formula of hydroxyapatite. Calcium is also present in plasma. About 45% is present in free ionized form. Similarly, 45% is bound to certain proteins, specifically albumin, and 10% is complexed with various anions like citrate, sulfate. Now we see the metabolism of calcium in detail. The metabolism of calcium is closely related to phosphate metabolism, or we can say that both these are closely related with each other. The level of calcium in our blood serum is tightly regulated, and four important physiological systems play a role in it. The first one is the GI tract or gastrointestinal tract. The second is endocrine system. The third one is musculoskeletal system, also called bones, and the fourth one is renal system or our kidneys. All these four systems they work together in controlling or in maintaining the normal level of calcium in our bloodstream. Major mediators of calcium and phosphate balance. The first one is PTH. PTH, it is a parathyroid hormone. This parathyroid hormone, it is produced by the parathyroid glands. And what is the effect of it on the calcium? It increases the serum calcium level. Calcitriol, also called active vitamin D, it is either obtained from diet or cholesterol derived precursor with the help of UV light. And the net effect of calcitriol is again it increases the serum calcium level. Synthesis and regulation of PTH. PTH, also called parathyroid hormone, that is secreted by the chief cells of parathyroid gland. Remember, parathyroid gland, it is present in your neck area. Parathyroid secretion, it is primarily regulated by serum calcium level. If there is high calcium in the blood, then parathyroid hormone secretion is decreased. And if there is low calcium level, then parathyroid hormone excretion is high. As I have mentioned in the previous slide that parathyroid hormone, it increases the calcium level in your blood or serum. So here we see that how it do so. The parathyroid hormone, it decreases the or inhibits the bone formation and stimulate the bone resorption, means that it do not allow the calcium to enter into the bones. So by inhibiting the bone formation and stimulating the bone resorption, it increases the calcium level in blood. Similarly, when calcium is absorbed in the kidney, then parathyroid hormone, it stimulates the reabsorption of calcium from the kidneys. The second is calcitriol. It also increases the calcium level in your blood. So how it do so? First of all, it stimulates the absorption of calcium from your small intestine, and secondly it stimulates the resorption, means breakdown of your bones. So in these two ways it increases your blood level of calcium. Here we have added these slides. Please read it carefully. It will be helpful for you. to understand that how you write the calcium metabolism in as a long answer in exams. First of all, absorption in intestine takes place, then it is transported to the blood, and then it is regulated by various different hormones like parathyroid hormone and calcitonin and vitamin D. It is either stored in bones and then later on it is excreted by the kidneys. This is all about the calcium. In the next video we will see about the phosphorus.